Well, hello enemies and book lovers, my name is Ash. Welcome back to my channel. We are here for my favorite part of the month, my favorite video to film, and that is my TBR for May. So my TBR for May is going to be a decent one. It's not going to be too big because I have a lot of things happening in May. May is always my busiest month of the entire year, so I'm not going to make this too big of a TBR, although I might actually do that. But I have my TBR board game. I'm going to play it again. I have 5 rolls for that. And then I'm going to add another book at the end, and then I actually might unwrap a book because I really want to unhaul some books and get some books off of my shelves I've had on there for years. So I might actually unwrap a book at the end. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it in May, but it would be nice to at least unwrap one and then potentially read it in May, June, whenever I get to it. I guess the only thing I technically could announce is that my readathon side quest should be coming out in May, so like there should be an announcement video for June. So that's something to look forward to if you're part of my readathon. If you're not part of my readathon, you're here for one thing only, and that is my TBR. So let's get right into it. Let's get into our first roll of my TBR board game and see what I get for my first book. All right, as usual, I'm going to be making 5 rolls. So let's go into the first roll from where we left off last. So let's do our first roll. Of course, an 8, the maximum I can get, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Either readathon prompt or continue a series. I don't think I'm doing any readathons in May, so I'm going to move right to the series tile because I want to finish and continue my series. I might choose this one because I'm kind of getting tired of randomizing them and getting really big series or getting the Expanse series. Let me just do one anyway and see what I get. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. I'll see. Let's just do the top one. It is... oh my god, Zodiac Academy. Alright, I guess we'll see if I actually end up choosing this or not. So as you saw from my first one, I got a series. For this one, I decided to just go after what I want to read because I don't really want to read Zodiac Academy right now. I've been pushing it back for so long, but not today. Not today. We're not doing that today. Instead, we're going to go into something a bit smaller. The series actually continued not long ago, and I want to, keep up with it so that I don't fall behind. And there's only 2 books out. I reread the first one, and the second one came out, I think, within the last few months. So for continuing a series, I'm going to read the second book in this installment, and that is Dating and Dragons. This is by Christy Boyce, and I read the first book a few months ago, I think at the beginning of the year, and I really liked it. It's like a YA romance, but it's so cute and so simple and so easy to read. I had such a good time with the first book because it was just, like I said, really easy and fast to read, and I feel like I needed that in that moment, and I feel like I do need it now. I've been reading a lot of adult romance, and I need something innocent and sweet because I'm tired of all of the stuff I've been reading. Don't get me wrong, I love romance. But sometimes I just need a break from smut, okay? I just need something wholesome and sweet, and this is what this is going to be because this is a YA, and I'm excited about it. In this book, we're following Quinn. She goes to a new school, I believe, and she joins a D&D group. They live stream their D&D sessions, which is really fun, and one of the few rules is not to date one another. So do not date anyone within the group because that causes issues. This is only 311 pages, so it's very simple and quick. I can probably get through it within a few days. I always find myself curious as to what the characters' classes are going to be, or like what the players are going to choose for their classes. In the first book, it was a bard and a paladin, which paladins are my favorite class, so it made me happy to see. Obviously, there is D&D discussion in this book. I have such a good time with it. It's fun to see what they do in their party and their session and their campaigns. If you like D&D and you don't mind like YA romance, this is a good book, a good series to read. I had a really fun time with the first book, so I'm hoping I could do the same thing with this one. Now let's move on to my second roll for my TBR board game. All right, time for the second roll. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Series again. I guess this is the month of continuing a series. Interesting. Again, I'll do the same thing. I can either do this, or I'll just choose myself. This one. Oh my gosh. The For Blood and Ash series. Okay. For this one, I actually decided to stick with the raffle ticket because I actually wanted to continue the series because I want to remember what happened last, so I'm not mad about For Blood and Ash being the one that showed up. I already read the first 2 books, so that means I am currently on the 3rd book, which is The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout, of course. This is a pretty popular romantasy series. I've already discussed this many times on my channel, but this is the 3rd book. There is a lot of books in the series, my goodness. I think this is the last one before the secondary series that's kind of happening. I have a diagram that shows me what books to read in what order, so that way I don't get lost. But this is the next book, romantasy series. I've already mentioned it many times. Poppy and Hawk, bodyguard romance. It's a fun time. A lot of the twists and turns are very predictable to me. The writing style isn't the best. It's not like an amazing romance fantasy series, but it's fun, and that's when I'm having a good time with it. So if I'm having a good time with it, I will continue it. If it ever gets to a point where I'm not liking it anymore, I will DNF it, but currently, it's a very fun and easy read. So I'm happy to get this from my library and see if I enjoy this one because I kind of like the first 2 books. and I'm curious if I will like this one. So we'll find out, I guess, in May. Moving on to my third roll. Let's see what the third roll is. A 1. That was such a slow roll. A 1. Fantasy. So for my third roll, I got fantasy. This one, I'm sorry, maybe a little bit of a cop-out, but I really need to get to this, okay? I've read half of Words of Radiance in April, and I want to continue it in May. I want to finish this in May at the end of the month, and I'm doing a reading vlog on it, and I'm going to be filling up my storage with this entire vlog, so I really need to get to it and finish it. So I'm going to be finishing the last half of Words of Radiance. I'm almost halfway. I am currently here. If I read 50 pages a day from this point forward, I should be able to get to the halfway mark within April. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do that. But regardless, I should be able to finish this very easily in May. This is obviously an epic, very high fantasy series. I am loving it. I think this might be my favorite series of all time by the time I get to the end of it. I am loving this book. I'm going to prioritize this as much as I can so I could finish it on time. All right, we have 2 rolls left. Let's get into our 4th roll. All right, 2 rolls left. We have the 4th roll. Let's see what it is. A 2. So either illustrated or mood read. I don't know why I pitted these 2 together because I'm always going to almost always choose a mood read. So I'm just going to go to mood read because I really need it right now. So funnily enough, for this one, I got mood read, but I could have chose illustrated. I kind of just like combined the 2 and just made it into one. So I chose an illustrated book that I kind of just was in the mood for. This one I actually just also chose because I really need to continue the series and because I just want to read something smaller because I have a pretty good amount of chunky books on this list. A lot of them are over 500 pages. So I decided to just go with something a little bit easier for myself. So of course, I'm going to be continuing Black Butler. This is volume 25, and this is by Yana Toboso. I'm having a good time with the series. I don't know if I'm like loving it. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but I'm having fun with it, so why not? I really want to like watch the anime. I used to watch it in high school, and then they're kind of releasing new anime seasons now, which is really cool. So I want to continue these and kind of get to the arcs and watch it as I go. I'm having a fun time with it. I only have 10 volumes left until I catch up to the series currently. It's still being released, which is crazy, and I'm almost there. So there's 35 volumes currently out, and I'm on volume 25, so I should be getting to it very soon and finishing it, hopefully within this year, or at least catching up to it this year. This is set in the past in like the UK, and we follow Ciel, who has a butler, who isn't really just a butler though. He's also a devil that he is now in a pact with. It's a lot. Has paranormal elements in it, has Grim Reapers, it has a bunch of different types of things happening in it, and it's a lot of fun. Confusing, but it's fun. So I'm just gonna continue it, because why not, I guess. All right, we're gonna be moving on now to my 5th roll. I still have a few books after this, but we're moving on to my last roll for my TBR board game, so let's see what that is going to be. The 5th and final roll will be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a TBR jar. So we got 1 randomized book for the month. That's fun. So let's see what the TBR jar is going to give us today. Let's see which one I get. This one. Not this one. Get out. This one. This is number 175, and this is I think this is a YA. Yes, this is a YA. This is more of a recent one. Ooh, A Trail of Sorcerers. It's a trial of sorcerers, not trail. So I got TBR jar and I got Trial of Sorcerers. I know I said like trail. Oh my gosh. It's because I was sick at the time I filmed that when I had a fever. So please bear with me. I'm blaming my fever, but literally I'm just like, I'm not that smart. So for this one, for my TBR jar, I got A Trial of Sorcerers. This is by Elisa Kova. And I've actually seen this before. Obviously I added it to my TBR, so obviously I know what this is. But this one I'm curious about. I'm a little bit hesitant, but I am curious about it. This is following our female protagonist, and she goes into a trials games as a sorcerer to fight against other sorcerers, which sounds like a lot of fun, but then she realizes that there's like a fight to the death, and I don't think they expected that. So they're deadly trials that she has to go against with other magicians or sorcerers. And at one point, there's going to be a man that shows up. So there is romance. I'm not sure if it's going to be one of the competitors that she's fighting against. That would be really fun. So I don't know, I'm curious. I mean, it has magic, it has romance, it has trials. So I am excited to give it a shot because it sounds like something I would really like. So yeah, I mean, I put it in my TBR jar for a reason. So I should like it. I'm sorry I talk so fast. Someone asked me once if I was sped up. No, I just talk really fast. I'm sorry. That's why I edit so much, because I stumble over my words constantly. But I talk way too fast and I have to stop doing that. I'm sorry. I get so excited about talking about books, and so I just start to like ramble and it just snowballs, and then I mess up. And then I have to edit it out, and then I have to film it again. Anyway, I do apologize if I talk really fast. I want to slow down but I get really excited about my books, so I'm sorry. So that is all for my TBR board game, but I still have 2 books I want to talk about, and then I also want to unwrap a book. So let's get into that really quickly. So the next book is actually going to be Because of the Adventures in Aeldia, which is done by G on Book Roast's channel. There's like an annual choose your own adventure kind of concept where you go down different paths and that will determine what prompts you get. So my character Corvus is going to Dark Meadow, and right now he's going to be going into a cave. I'm going south currently to 5B, and for that prompt is to read a dystopian book. I was actually considering reading The Hunger Games because I actually never read that series. I think I read the first book when I was a teenager and never continued it. I was going to read it because the latest book just came out, but I decided to wait because I think there might be more books in the series coming out. So I'm just gonna wait until like they all release. Instead, I decided to pick something else out that kind of pertains similarly to what's happening in the world. Maybe not exactly, but similar enough. And that book is going to be The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This is the graphic novel edition. Why? Because I'm a doofus and I decided to accidentally take the graphic novel instead of the novel. I picked this out at the library and I'm like, this is a very small book for a novel, realizing it's a graphic novel. This is very mom-coded. I feel like my mom does this all the time. You know when you get older, you start to realize you're similar to your parents? This is like one of those moments. I have the digital edition on my Libby app, so I'll be reading it digitally. I do prefer physical books though, so it's unfortunate, but I'm just gonna hold this up as a placeholder to the actual novel because it's similar. I probably will read this after I read the novel, so that way I can get like the visual experience of it. But this is a very hard-hitting book. I have heard a lot about it, and it is dystopian. It's set in the future, although it definitely feels like it's something that could happen in real life. This is set in the US, where birth rates are plummeting, and we have handmaids, I believe that's what they're referred to in the book, and they are essentially, I'm not sure if they're forced to have children, but they're kind of like mandated, if not forced, to have kids in order to bring up the birth rate. And it sounds very dark, messed up, and it also doesn't even feel like it's that obscene. Like it feels like it's something that could happen one day, and it's terrifying. It's probably going to be really difficult to read, but I really want to try it and give it a shot, and I think it's really important to read these types of books because they don't want us to read these books. So that means I'm going to read these types of books. Okay, the 7th book on this list is one that I just want to read myself. This is an author that I said I want to prioritize. It's in my goals. I didn't read a single book from him last year, and I said I want to at least read 4 from this year, and it's almost halfway through the year, and I haven't read anything from him. So that means I have to do that. I am reading Stephen King chronologically, which means the next book is Firestarter. I had this on my TBR so many times already, and I'd never read it, but I really do want to do it this month. I am going to do a reading vlog on it, non-spoiler reading vlog on it. Firestarter is about a girl who was born from 2 parents who kind of like experimented on, and they had a child together who became a pyrokinetic. I believe that's what it's called. And now the people that experimented on her parents want to take her now to kind of see what 2 people within those experiments created, I guess you can say. They just want to selfishly take her away so they can kind of like experiment on her and see what she's all about. It's all I really know about it. The synopsis was really short. Honestly though, it's all I really need to know. That's a really cool premise. So I am interested to find out what this is about. I'm interested to see if I will enjoy this one, if I will like it. Stephen King is very hit or miss. Either you will love some of his books, you will hate some of his books. I mean, I'm sure there are people that love every single book he writes, but I'm not one of those people. I don't like hate any of his books so far. I don't think I have given anything less than a 3 stars. So I hope I will at least like this. Fingers crossed, at least. With that, those are the 7 books I want to read in May, but I also want to potentially pick out a unwrapped book. I want to lower my wrapped books because I really want to just get books off of my shelf. I want to prioritize putting books on it that I like. I just want to make room on my shelves. I don't even really buy books, but I want to have space in case one day I want to buy a book or get books secondhand and I have a place to put it. I don't really want to have books on my shelves I don't really care about. Books I've DNF'd, books I haven't read in like 6+ years. So I want to prioritize these books and try reading them and either unhauling them or keep them depending on if I like them or not. So let's unwrap a book. I'm really excited because I haven't done this in so long. I might not read all of this in May. I might have to read some of it after May because I might not have enough time in May to read it, but this will be a book I at least prioritize within the next few months. So let's see what the book is going to be. So I have my little tray with all my numbers and some of them are shapes. So if you see like a random shape, it is associated with a book. But these are all my numbers. I have my lucky strawberry again. Give it a little rub. Look, look, look. If I get 3, 5, or 15, this didn't work very well. Again, 3, 5, and 15 are my biggest books on my shelves. So if I get those numbers, I'm done. I'm done. So let's pick a book and see what it's going to be. This one feels good. I will show you the number first, and then of course I will look at it next. So you first. All right, what is this going to be? It's 3. What did I say? What did I say? May is my busiest month. May is my busiest month. You can't see how big this book is. Let me tilt you back so you can look at it. It's behind Astarion. Can you see it? The strawberry betrayed me. Oh my god. Help me. It's an actual weapon. I think I know what this might be too. If it's not a black cover, then I am completely wrong. What is it? I didn't even know this was the book. I didn't even know this was the book. I thought it was Empire the Vampire. Ken Follett, what did you do to me? Why would you do this to me? I'm reading Brandon Sanderson right now. What are you doing? This is Fall of Giants by Ken Follett. This is book 1 of the Century Trilogy. This is a huge book, and this is a trilogy that also has a bunch of huge books in it. I think I got this secondhand from a used bookstore. I believe so. So this was a secondhand copy. Oh my god, this is almost 1,000 pages. It's 971 pages. So we're going to be trying this trilogy, and I'm a little bit scared now. I can't currently find it, but I do own a mass market paperback of the second copy that was also found in a little library, and I took that out because I knew I owned this book. So I have the first and second book, like, owned, and if I don't like it, I'll just unhaul them. What? This is set in, like, our world. That's awesome. I have no idea what this book is about. Fall of Giants is Follett's magnificent new historical epic, the first novel of the Century Trilogy. It follows the fates of 5 interrelated families, American, German, Russian, English, and Welsh, as they move through the world-shaking dramas of the First World War, the Russian Revolution, and the struggles for women's suffrage. Wait, why does this sound kind of good? I don't know if I'll love it, because I'm not usually someone that reads these kind of things, but it sounds really interesting and cool, so I'm kind of into it. I'm very curious. So this is going to be my Unwrapped book. Again, I am terrified, but this will probably take me months to read. I might not prioritize it until like June or July. But again, I'm glad to have picked this out because I own the first 2 books, and if I unhaul them, that's great because I have a lot of space because this takes up a lot of space. If I love it, that's awesome too because I want to love and adore series I have on my shelf or just books I have on my shelf. So I'm really happy to have gotten a book like this because, again, I really need to try reading it because this is a big one. This is a big one. So this is like not all of my books, but this is a decent stack of most of the books I have in my TBR. But I'll also show you a little graphic of all the books I plan on reading for May. I also have 2 other books I want to potentially get to because I have like a video project I'm doing. I don't know if I'll be able to get to those ones, so I might just have to put that on hold because I have so many books on this TBR already. And again, May is a very busy month. I have around 4 or 5 days where I'm not gonna be able to read at all. With that being said, I will try my best to read to most of these books. And again, I am actually pretty excited about it. I have a pretty good stack here and a lot of amazing, potentially amazing books. So I'm excited about this. So with that, I'm going to end the video off here. Thank you so much for watching this. If you want to put an emoji below, put an emoji of any emoji that is like something that's giant. Just like the Fall of Giants. I don't even know what that would entail. Like a building, an elephant, something that you would assume to be something that's large in real life. I don't know why. I always make the emojis so difficult. But like, I like when people are creative, okay? I like when you're creative with your emojis, all right? Or you can just comment if you are comfortable doing so. And if you are not, that is fine too. Thank you so much for just watching my videos and being here. I appreciate you very, very much. And I can't wait to film my next TBR video because these are my favorite things to film. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Read some amazing books in May. And I hope to see you all soon. Goodbye, everyone.